Book of Acts, chapter 20, verse number 7, King James Bible. Bible says, "And upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread, Paul preached unto them, ready to depart on the morrow, and continued his speech until midnight." The early church met on the first day of the week, all throughout the book of Acts. They met on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. So the Bible does not teach that New Testament Christians are to keep the Sabbath, which is Saturday, the seventh day of the week, or that doesn't teach that we're required to keep the Sabbath, but we are instructed by the pattern of the early church to meet together on the first day of the week, which is Sunday, as a New Testament church. And then notice it says they break bread. That is a reference to the Lord's Supper, where Christ broke bread at the Last Supper and told us to eat of the bread and drink of the fruit of the vine in remembrance of his death. The bread being a symbol of his body, and the fruit of the vine being a symbol of his blood. What if Christians, what if churches were to observe the Lord's Supper every Sunday, every first day of the week? Perhaps we'd see revival. Perhaps we'd see a lot of Christians get serious with God, because the Bible warns against taking the Lord's Supper in an unworthy manner. If you've got unrepentant sin in your life, you're not supposed to partake of the Lord's Supper. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, it can bring the judgment of God. The Bible says, "He that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself." So if Christians had the Lord's Supper every Sunday, would we perhaps fear God more and live right and live obedient Christian lives? Just something to think about. I believe that it would be a good thing for Christians to observe the Lord's Supper every Sunday. Roman Catholics already do it, even though they have a heretical view on the Lord's Supper, believing in transubstantiation, the Mass, which says that Christ's body and blood are physically, literally present in the emblems. But they at least do it the way the Bible lays it out, doing it every Sunday, whereas a lot of Protestant churches don't do it that way. Why don't we do it that way? Just a challenge. Thank you, and God bless you.